had it coming for years. I couldn't avoid it. It was either him or me. I have been caught dead. I can't escape my fate. Where will this end? Blake, I've got bad news. The Necromancer will die today, said his employer's fate. Argent Lumiere, knowing the father would need time to get used to his son's death. That's the crying father. The police will shoot him, said fate. Have a drink, man, you need it, said fate. Handing Blake a drink he made appear out of thin air. Blake drank it down in a gulp and started coughing, choking on the drink. Not long later, a desperate father with nothing to lose stood on the scene of his son's death, crying, driven insane by the death of his son. What are you doing here, Dad? Asked Blake's son, seeing him crying. He hugged him. What is it, Dad? Asked the son. I came to save your life. You are going to be shot by the police here and die, said the father. I'm touched, said the shocked son. Go run, boy, now, said Blake. They are here, listening to us. The Necromancer disappeared into thin air. The police piled in the room. Blake knew if he tried anything, he would be dead too. Mortimer, don't move or you are dead, said a policeman he recognized as his great uncle Nerdor. Simon, I will give up peacefully, said Blake, who looked human and was masked. He was dressed in a black shirt and trousers, knowing he'd be seen. He was disguised. At the police station, he was unmasked and grilled. They fingerprinted him under guard and made him do a mugshot like a common criminal. They mocked him, saying, "Why so grim, Mortimer? He was the king of the Grim Reapers." He stayed silent, knowing they would soon know who he really was. When some fool recognized him. "How is Mortimer going?" said Blake's great uncle. "Yeah, he's not talking, and his mugshot is a hit in the station," said a detective at the station who was Simon's friend. "That's unethical," said Simon. "You haven't seen it," said the detective, showing it to his friend. "Oh my God, no, it's him," said Simon, recognizing him. Simon stormed out of his office and found Mortimer sitting at a desk under guard, sipping a hot coffee. "Mortimer!" snapped Simon. Mortimer looked shocked and ashamed. "Come with me now," said Simon. His guard tried to follow them. "You stay," said Simon to the guard. "He's dangerous, you may need help." The guard said, "I can defend myself," said Simon. "It's your neck, Sarg," said the guard. Mortimer and Simon walked into Simon's office. "It's you," said Simon. He was shocked. "I could deny it," said the contrite king of the dead. "Blake, why are you lying about who you are?" asked Simon. "You know why I am," said Blake. "I didn't know you even cared about him," said Simon. "I am a father, of course I care about him," said Blake. "He was going to be murdered by your police. I came to save him or die for you. You are a coroner, they are your police too, boy," said Simon. "Not now," said Blake. "They still are," said Simon. "You know, as well as I do, I've been caught dead. I am nothing but a dead man, and I've been protecting a killer. I am as bad as him." Said Blake, "I understand that, but why are you usurping the job of the emperor of our people? The dead can't rule our empire, you know that," said Simon. "I was wondering when you'd ask me that," had said Blake. "Well," said Simon. The policeman opened the door. "What do you want?" asked Simon shortly. the policeman.
That's classified information.
Said Simon. You don't know either. Said the police. I need to question my nephew. Are the others looking for his son? Said Simon. His son? Which one? He has two. Ask the policeman. The enchanter. Said Simon. Oh, that one why? Said the policeman. He's the Necromancer! Said Simon! Blake looked sad, he hoped his son would escape them. There was a strange noise in the other room. Simon and Blake pushed past the policeman to investigate it. Lance said Blake, seeing the enchanter walking up to him. Get him! That's the Necromancer! Shouted Simon. Hello, Dad. Sorry I was late. Said the enchanter. You bloody lunatic! What are you doing here? Asked Blake. I came to save you, you idiot! Said Lance. He's not the Necromancer. He's the enchanter. He's a friend of the police. Said a detective. You idiot, he's here to save his father, Mortimer. Said Lance reached out to his father, grabbed his arm, and teleported away with him.
They're gone.
Simon shouted shortly. Why did the enchanter steal Mortimer? The detective asked. And you call yourself a detective? Simon storming into his office and slamming the door so hard the window in it smashed. Say thank you, Dad, said Lance when they appeared in the afterlife dimension. You psychopath! You don't just stroll into the police station when everyone knows you aren't there for it. Hissed Blake shortly. You're welcome, Dad, said Lance laughing. Blake frowned at Lance and then hugged him. It's good to see you are all right, said Blake. Someone is waiting for us, said Lance. Who? Asked Blake, breaking away from the hug. A portal opened beside them. They walked into it. You, said Blake, puzzled, seeing a man standing beside his other son, Tempest the timekeeper.
Yes, me, said Simon.
Why are you here? I think we are here for a reason, which is more than just a family reunion, said Blake. As always, you're right, Dad. Ted, why are we here? Asked Blake. We are here to undo the past, said Tempest. How? Asked Blake. Worried he'd have to lose Lance. Simon is going back to warn Lance, and you away from the place you are caught, and Lance was going to die, so none of this happens, said Tempo. Will we trust him? Asked Blake. We can but hope. If not, we have all of time to fix it, said Tempest, chuckling. It's dark tonight, I hope we aren't seen, a man said to his partner in crime. It's like the old days when we climb in a window and pray not to get caught, said the thief who was known as the chameleon to his partner, the cat, as they stealthily walked through the garden of their mind. The room is the third window on the second story, said the cat, examining the building. The chameleon tested the strength of a lattice, leading to it going up the wall. This should work, I'm surprised people are so careless with security, the chameleon said, laughing. They climbed up the lattice, trying not to be pricked by the thorns of the rose that climbed up it as well. The alarm is off, or it should be, but I'll disable it, said the chameleon. He cut the alarm wire and jimmied the window till it opened. They climbed into the room and looked about. Safe is behind that painting, said the chameleon, pointing at the only picture in the sergeant asked. A robbery, said Blake, the coroner who helped out the police on other cases.
I know. Midnight.
Said Sergeant, Sander tracks frowning. Do we have any idea how it was done? And ideas who they were or why they were here? They were copycats, said Blake, who was otherwise known as the superhero Blue Midnight. Copycats, said the Sergeant. The cat and the chameleon, Blake said. What, they must be old, said the sergeant. Not old, dead, Blake said. That's why I say copycats. How do you know they were copycats? The sergeant asked. The CCTV caught the robbery. They were young men in their 20s. One was dressed as the cat burglar. The cat, his partner, was dressed as the chameleon, the jewel thief and safecracker. Said Blake, my magician's assistant Max is the original chameleon's grandson and protege. He should be on the case. Said the sergeant, I'll call him here, said Blake, who then shouted, Max, we need you. Out of thin air appeared a disheveled man holding a toothbrush in his PJs. What do you want, Blake? Asked the man. Get dressed, Max. You are a mess, Blake said to the man. Right, said Max, who waved his arm and appeared well-groomed in a suit. Blake looked at him oddly. What, Blake? Max asked. Toothbrush. Blake said Max saw he was still holding his toothbrush. It disappeared. Why did you call me here? I was brushing my teeth, Max said. We need your help on a case, said the sergeant. What sort of case? Murder? Asked Max. No robbery, this place was robbed by a ghost from the past. Actually, your past, said Blake. What? Said Max. The cat and the chameleon, said Blake. Can't be granddad is dead and so is Uncle Mike, said Max. I know! Blake said, someone dressed up as them to rob this place, said the sergeant. Why would they get copycats? Asked Max. We don't know, said Blake. What did they take? Asked Max. Money, jewelry, and papers, Blake said. What papers? Asked Max.
Business papers.
Said the owner of the house who was standing with them. What were they? Asked Max. Mostly IOUs. I'm a moneylender. The owner said said Max looked at him and felt a sudden disgust. The owner of the house looked like a pen pusher. Judging already, Blake said in Max's mind. Sorry, Max said in Blake's mind. From what I've read, he is more of a bureaucrat than you take me for. Blake said in Max's mind. Are Granddad and Uncle Mike still in the other world? Asked Max in Blake's mind. Yes, said Blake, also known as Mortimer, king of the Grim Reapers in Max's mind. You two talking in telepathy again? Asked the sergeant.
Oh, I forgot you were there, Uncle Si, said Blake to the sergeant. Did someone see them? Asked Max.
Blake showed him a video on his work tablet. What is it, Max? Asked Blake, seeing his friend's eyes widen. I know them, said Max. Who are they? Asked Blake. And Maximilian Black, said Max. What the sergeant said? Are they related to you? Blake asked. Yes, Max said. But they shouldn't be here. What do you mean? Asked Blake. I saw photos of Granddad and Uncle Mike in the past that is them down to the voices, said Max. I just figured out this case, snapped Blake, frowning. A dimension away, a man was watching them in a magic pond. He gulped and said, oh no! He was watching them. Tempest, have you been messing with history again? Blake said in the pond. Tempest stepped out of a dark swirling vortex in the room with Blake and the others nervously. Who's he? Is he your brother? Asked the house's owner. Because there was a family resemblance between Tempest and Blake. No, my meddling son, the Lord of Time, the timekeeper, Tempest, the man behind this crime, said Blake. I see what he did, Blake, smacked, realizing what happened. What did he do? Asked the homeowner. He took the young thieves from the past to rob you, said Blake. What? That is impossible! Laughed the homeowner, thinking it was a joke. Not for him, he lives in the tunnels of time, said Blake. I want to meet them, said Max, pleading. You'll meet them later, said Tempest. How? Not in the afterlife. I'll not go there, you know I'm a vampire, said Max. Spoilers, said Tempest. Why did you bring them here and turn off the alarm? Blake asked. I wanted to stop a blackmailer, said Tempest. A what? Asked the sergeant, looking at the homeowner who was trying to look calm. Who was being blackmailed and how? Asked Blake. Mr. Harvey's debtor, said Tempest. How? Asked Max. I cannot go there as it will ruin the lives of many people, said Tempest. Why, they were only IOUs. The sergeant said not all of them. He had people watched and got dirt on his clients to extort more money from them, said Tempest. Where are the papers and things taken? Asked Blake. Tempest nodded. I had to get back and destroy the letters I sent him, said Tempest. So I enlisted some friends from the past to take them for me. The homeowner was thinking he shouldn't have reported the theft. You were probably right, mate, said Blake aloud after reading his mind. Arrest him, said the sergeant. A policeman grabbed Tempest, who looked sorry for what he'd done and didn't fight. Not him, he's the victim, said the sergeant. Arrest Mr. Harvey, he's the Nicholas's wrist fell off. What the? The policeman said he picked up the cuffs and unlocked them to put them on Mr. Harvey. He admitted to murder and you arrest me, why? Said Mr. Hardy. I know the story, he did it to save a life. Said the sergeant who looked at Blake knowingly. Blake looked confused. I know who you are, Mortimer, said the sergeant in Blake's mind. Mortimer! Blake said aloud, looking like a stunned fish recovering. He dematerialized. Mr. Harvey, hearing Blake. You'll meet him later, said Tempest. The sergeant and Max laughed. Who's he? Asked Mr. Harvey, being led away. He's scared and confused, the sergeant said. Later when Blake confronted Sergeant Simon Alexander Drax, he knew nothing of the case or his accusing him of being Mortimer. He said that at the time he was at the dentist with a sore tooth. I saw you, said Blake. It wasn't me, said Simon. Then who was it? Said Blake. I'd ask your son, said Simon. You think it was Lance? Asked Blake. No, your other son, said Simon. Tempest, said Blake. Yes, I think he's playing with you again, said Simon. You mean he was you from another time? Blake said. Yes, are you masquerading as a dead man? Asked Simon, wondering why Blake was accused of being Mortimer. No, of course not. Do I look like a dead man? Lied Blake. I wouldn't know, said Simon curiously. Blake left him nervously as his uncle wondered if Blake was Blake saw Simon again. Hello, Mortimer, said Simon at Blake's office door in the morgue. Who are you? Asked Blake. You know me, I'm your great uncle Simon, said Simon. From when? Asked Blake. The future when you come out, said Simon, showing Blake his mugshot. Blake grimaced. Why are you here? Asked Blake, embarrassed. I have to admit it was a shock to find out you were Mortimer. But I couldn't see you fall, said Simon. So you came here, why? Said Blake. To prevent your capture, saving your son Lancelot's life from the police, said Simon. You came here to make me not save Lance, did you? Yes, said Simon. I can't do that, said Blake. We don't see eye to eye sometimes, but I can't let my son die no matter what he is. I know I'm proud of you for it, said Simon. Then why are you trying to stop me from saving him? I'm here to save him too, said Simon.
asked Blake.
By warning him and you to avoid the place he is meant to die, and you get caught saving him, said Simon. Oh, said Blake. Lance materialized beside them. Hope it's alright, I asked your son to come over too, said Simon. It's alright, which one is he from now or the future? Said Simon, why did you call me Uncle Si? Said Lance, he is here to save us in the future, said Blake. Did Tim send him? Said Lance. Yes, he did, said Simon. What is he saving us from? Asked Lance. The police killing the Necromancer and Mortimer being caught saving him, said Simon. So what's it got to do with us? Asked Lance. He knows who we are, said Blake. Oh, we! Asked Lance. Mortimer and the Necromancer, said Simon. This is entrapment, said Lance. I have proof, said Simon. He has, said Blake, mortified. Show me, said Lance. Simon showed him the mugshot. That's a bad mugshot, Dad, said Blake. Looking at it, it could be a fake. It's not, said Simon. I love it, laughed. Blake glared at his son. Then great, snapped Blake. Simon expected that reaction. What do we have to do? Asked Blake. Simon handed them notes. Keep these secret, even from me. I am not aware of who you are until I see the mugshot, which won't happen if you do this to the letter, said Simon. Thank you, said Blake. I'll leave you now, said Simon. Said Whitman. He stepped in it and was gone again. Show me, said Lance. Simon showed him the mugshot. That's a bad mugshot, Dad, said Lance. Looking at it, it could be a fake. It's not, said Simon. I love it, laughed Lance. Blake glared at his son. Great, snapped Blake. Seemed unexpected, that reaction. What do we have to do? Asked Blake. The policeman stood aghast. Was this the man the police thought was the brutal serial killer, the Necromancer? The man looked as dangerous as a kitten. How is your coffee, Mr. Tiger? First Lance Alexander, senior of a patient. He just brought coffee from the cafeteria downstairs at the hospital, for it is great. Do you want to be paid back for the coffee? Asked John Tyler. No! It's all part of the service, said Lance. and it was my pleasure to help. Lance wandered off to visit Dr. Blake Alexander, his father, in the morgue. What game are you playing at? You aren't as nice as you are acting, boy, said the father to his son. The Necromancer, why do I have to be playing games? Maybe I have reformed, said Lance, and I'm not a dead man walking. Blake said it skeptically. He was secretly a grim reaper, as was Lance. Necromancer, are you here to visit your victims? Asked Dante, the coroner's assistant. To Blake, Dante also doubled as the assistant of Mortimer, aka Blake, the king of the Grim Reaper. No, I am here to help, said Lance. I thought you were fate's avenging angel. Why are you hanging around in a hospital where people are saved? Asked Dante, haven't you noticed my police nanny? Fate hasn't sent me here. I came here of my own accord. Said Lance, yes, said Dante, not happy. Lance was suspected of being the Necromancer. Any suspicions laid on Lance's shoulders would lead to suspicion of Blake and himself as not being all they seemed to be. Being caught would cause chaos for everyone they knew. Dr. Death, said Blake's least favorite co-worker at the hospital. What do you want, Jack? Moaned Blake, whom the orderly Jack Taylor called Dr. Death, because he was a doctor of the dead, a coroner. Mortimer, the father of the Necromancer, muttered the man who came in with Jack. Thoughtlessly Blake, aka Mortimer, glared at Jack, who was oblivious to what he had done. This man wants to talk to you, said Jack offhandedly. What do you want to talk to me about? Asked Blake. The man was Lance's police nanny. Hi, said Lance, who went for a coffee in Blake's office when he saw Jack coming with the policeman. He came back to see the policeman looking nervously at his father. Lance heard everything. Hi, Charlie, I've got you a coffee. It must be thirsty work watching little old me. Lance said brazenly, handing the coffee to the policeman. Thank you, said the policeman now, more than just nervous, he was confused as well. He was unsure whether to drink the coffee or not, because it was handed to him by a man he suspected to be a killer. Lance rolled his blue eyes in his handsome head. He took back the coffee and sipped it, eyed it, poisoned it, Lance said and laughed. Or did I? Lancelot, be serious, snapped Blake. Lance's memory had replayed this much of his day as a dream. fell into a deeper sleep. Lance Senior lay in a terrifying state of sleep. He dreamed he was walking around the hospital unseen. He felt the greatest terror in his life. He was walking to a room in the hospital when he recognized the room of the man he was ordered to kill by fate, his master. He awoke in a cold sweat in a strange state of extreme terror. The next day he visited his mark with his regularly scheduled coffee, only to find an empty bed. He asked his doctor if they had transferred him somewhere else, puzzled. "Oh, don't you know, Mr. Tyler died in his sleep last night," said the doctor sadly. This disturbed Lance greatly. Something seemed terribly wrong. How could he have dreamed of himself visiting the man one night and the next day finding him dead? He wondered if he was having a vision of death like his son, a doomsayer had many times before. He visited his father and told him about his dream. He was puzzled too. He said it was an odd death, as he could attest, as the judge of the dead. The cause of death on the official afterlife obituary, he'd seen read, killed by death. And the Grim Reaper who brought him in was the Angel of Death. Blake and Lance thought it was scary and odd. The Angel of Death was a myth. They thought they had a rogue reaper killing people. Lance could only agree to hunt it down and stop it before it struck again. Lance had another dream of a similar type, and yes, the person in it died again. He could not find nor see the angel or anything in his dreams, which continued to come. They had a haunting feel to them and kept returning to his memory. They became more and more real to him. He confided in his friend Sandy, the Sandman, his son's dream guru. "I think you were astral traveling," said Sandy. It horrified Lance to find out he was killing people in his sleep. Lance was so scared that he didn't want to sleep. He stayed awake for 3.5 days before he felt himself drop off to sleep. He visited his father the next day to find more people dead at the hands of death. Lance was scared and afraid to tell his father what he knew. All he knew was that he had to confess. It took all his courage, Dad. Lance his office in the afterlife, puzzling over the death record relating to the angel of death. I know who the angel is, Lance said nervously. Spit it out, snapped Blake impatiently. Lance could barely speak. He was so terrified. He tried a few times, but nothing came out well. Are you going to tell me or not? Blake snapped, not understanding why his son couldn't speak. He was terrified and his mouth wasn't working right. Me was all he could eventually say. What are you doing, Necromancer? Demanded his father, more than annoyed. I don't know, Lance said. What do you mean you don't know? Snapped Blake. I wasn't doing anything consciously, Lance blurted out. You mean you are murdering people unconsciously? Do you think I'm mad? Blake lost it completely. Yes, Lance said timidly. What do you expect from me? You've been lying to me. Blake screamed. I didn't know I was, said Lance. How could you not know what you were doing? Shouted Blake accusingly. I was asleep, said Lance, afraid of what Blake was going to do to him. Asleep, sleepwalking, asked Blake, calming down. No astral traveling was what Sandy thought, said Lance. I thought it was horrible nightmares or visions. Oh, I thought you were messed up, boy. You can't even sleep without killing people, hissed Blake, disgusted. I tried not to sleep. I made it for over 3 days, and my wife slipped me a sleeping tablet in my food. Lance said irritably. You shouldn't stop sleeping. The lack of sleep can kill you, boy, said Blake shortly. Yeah, me sleeping kills others, said Lance. We'll keep an eye on this angel, but we'll have to live with him for now, said Blake. And for God's sake, you keep sleeping, or I'll sick Dante on you. Okay, Lance said awkwardly, not relishing the thought of Dante lecturing him. This was the beginning of the nightmare that was the angel of death. In his office in the afterlife, Mortimer, the king of the Grim Reapers, sat in his human form, reading and signing papers. He was listening to the song The Scientist from Coldplay's album, A Rush of Blood to the Head, on repeat. psychopath.
I'm not a psychopath. I hate killing. You are, if you think I like it.
Said Lance, who was the assassin of fate. But the police called him a serial killer. You do a good job of acting like one moaned Mortimer, and you act like a pen pusher, said Lance. It's not me, it's Dante, he's a slave driver, moaned Mortimer. In walked Dante, Mortimer's assistant. Mortimer, go back to work, your work is important. Go away, Necromancer, haven't you got somebody to kill? Order Dante. Lance looked at Mortimer, who looked at him pitifully. Lance stormed off. These were the last words the father and son spoke in this life. The son was soon after murdered by another assassin out of vengeance for a gangland godfather. Lance, who had killed for fate. Lance did not die alone. His killer was found dead with him in the early hours of the morning by a jogger on an early morning run. Sark, they found the Necromancer, said a policeman to the man in charge of the local police station. When he was first found, where is he? Asked the sergeant, they took him to the morgue. Said the policeman, morgue, said the puzzled sergeant. He's dead, said the policeman. Oh, who killed him? Asked the sergeant. John Steele, he was a hitman. We think it was a gangland hit because the Necromancer killed his boss, said the policeman. How do we know the killer? Said the sergeant. We found him dead near the Necromancer, said the policeman. Do we know who the Necromancer was? The sergeant. Yes, it was true. I wouldn't have believed it if I hadn't seen his face myself, said the policeman. Well, who was he? Asked the sergeant. Lance Alexander Sr., the magician called the enchanter, said the policeman. Sark, why are you crying? Lance was my great-grandnephew, said Sergeant Renard Alexander. The sergeant disappeared into thin air, reappearing in the morgue, where he found the coroner crying over the body of a dead man on the slab. I thought you'd be upset, said Reynard. Still crying, how did you know? Asked Blake the coroner. We sent him to you, I hear Mortimer, said Reynard, hugging his grandnephew who shuddered. You know who I am, said Mortimer, the Reaper King. The Necromancer was your son, as was Lance, said the crying Reynard. What are you gonna do with me? Asked Blake. You're a dead man, so you can't be the leader of our people, said Reynard. Yes, said Blake, you need friends, not enemies now, said Reynard.
afraid that might happen. Where is he?
Asked Blake.
He's here.
He followed Lance's body here, said Dante.
What? Asked Blake, worried. Who is he?
Asked Reynard, a dead reaper's soul, said Dante. You don't have soul, said Reynard. Only one will ever have one, said Blake. He is the darkest of the reapers, a loner who knows nothing but death, said Dante. He was a horrifying killer in life, but in death he's worse. He has no mercy or conscience to stop him. He is said to be the god of death, the ruler of death and the dead. He is higher in rank than even Mortimer. Was he Lance's soul? Yes, the grieving father said, unsure what to do. What does he want? Asked Lance, I suppose. Said Blake, what for? Asked Reynard. I don't know, said Blake. Can he be stopped? Asked Reynard. No, Blake said we should take his body somewhere else. He wouldn't want any good to happen to Lance, said Reynard. We can't escape him. Wherever we go, he can go, said Blake. Frustrated, he can't travel in time. I think enter the portal, said a voice coming out of the swirling portal that had just appeared near them. Blake picked up his son and walked into the wormhole in time. Dante and Reynard followed him. The moment they were gone, the angel of death arrived. He saw the portal disappear. The brother hissed the angel bitterly. He's trying to break to die with Lance. Blake said, yes, a tempest, I'd rather live with Lance than without him, so I won't take you to kill him, but save him. He may be a pain in the neck, Blake said, crying, but he's my pain in the neck. I love him and miss him. His son saw only visions of doom. Where should we go? Asked Blake. The only way to stop the angel is to reunite his soul with his body, Tempest said. How do we do that? Asked Blake. Go to the past and save his life. Tempest said, okay, said Blake. Take that door, I'm fighting back the angel from coming here. I can join you. Said Tempest, pointing at a portal among a billion. In the halls of time, they took it and took Lance. They appeared on the street where Lance would die moments later. I have you, Necromancer, said Lance's killer. Lance stood disarmed with his killer's gun to his head. Don't kill me, please, I beg you. It's what the angel of death wants, said Lance. Police, let him go. Steal, shouted Renard, pulling a gun on the killer. The killer panicked. He is the Necromancer, said the killer, thinking he deserved to kill him. I don't care, he could be Jack the Ripper. For all I care, he doesn't deserve to be murdered. Him dead is worse than him alive. Reynard shouted, he murdered my boss, said the killer. Lance was looking terrified, not sure who was worse, the police or death. The killer then noticed Blake was holding a dead man. You bring your own bodies with you, do you, copper? Said the killer. Lance recognized himself. He realized where they came from. Please don't kill me, pleaded Lance. The killer cocked the gun. others. Lands crawled over to the time travelers. They looked at the angel nervously. The angel looked at them, his lips curled into a smile. The others looked worried. The angel burst into laughter. Honestly, you should see yourselves. The angel said, you look like you are looking at the Antichrist. Seriously. You are, said Blake. I'm not that bad, Dad, said the angel. Now melting into Lance's form, that won't fool us. You can't have my son, either one of them. Blake said defensively, you tore the man's head off. I was defending myself, says the angel. I knew you'd come here. Why did you want to come here? Damn tail look, said the angel, pointing at the dead Lance. He was no longer injured, he groaned. He's alive, said Blake. Joyously Blake looked at the angel, who was melting away into non-existence as the past had changed. Is he gone? Asked Lance. From the past? No, I feel him inside me, said the Lance in Blake's arms. Wonder if Tempest is alright, said Blake. Can you put me down, Dad? Lance felt uncomfortable being carried around. Not until we get home, said Blake, who didn't want to lose him again. A wormhole appeared out of thin air. Temp's alright, said Lance, who was thinking Blake was getting too clingy for him. The time travelers entered the portal, and they were He's alive, said Blake. Joyously Blake looked at the angel, who was melting away into non-existence as the past had changed. Is he gone? Asked Lance. From the past? No, I feel him inside me, said the Lance in Blake's arms. Wonder if Tempest is alright, said Blake. Can you put me down, Dad? Lance felt uncomfortable being carried around. Not until we get home, said Blake, who didn't want to lose him again. A wormhole appeared out of thin air. Temp's alright, said Lance, who was thinking Blake was getting too clingy for him. The time travelers entered the portal, and they were gone. Lance thought Blake was acting strange. Even for him, he must have wanted to keep Lance close to him, so he could do some paperwork when they got back home. Lance realized that if he died, that monster would be born of him, and he'd have to be more careful with his life from now on. It's human nature to fear death, and that went doubly for Lance the Lad, Alexander the Necromancer, a grim reaper with the soul of an uncontrollable violent killer. In the past he feared death less, but now he feared what would be released into the world when he died. His soul was a horrible killer, worse than him. Lance awoke from a very bad dream, screaming, "Lance, are you alright?" asked his wife, spooked by her husband, screaming, "I saw the angel kill again," said the sweating, scared man, whom the police called a serial killer. "Oh no," said his wife, not sure what to say. All she could do was hug her husband to comfort and calm him. This astral traveling as I sleep is really disturbing, said Lance. His wife kissed him to calm him. You can't control him, he comes out of you when you sleep, said his wife. I wish I could skip sleeping, said Lance. You know you can, we'll kill you not sleeping, said his wife. Scared he'd try not to sleep again to stop his soul, the angel of death, from escaping his body when he was unconscious and killing with Lance's face again. Not alone. He saw a man looking at him, shooting at the angel as he awoke. The next day Lance was worried and expected to be arrested or shot every second of the day. His boss arrived unexpectedly when he was working at the newspaper where he worked as a reporter. said Lance's boss, Argent Lumiere, the last fate whom Lance killed for, as fate's assassin. The Necromancer!
For God's sake, go away! Argent snapped the terrified Lance. Don't be like that, said Argent shortly. I can't be seen with you, said Lance, looking nervous. A man walked up to them, seeing Lance's nerves. Lance, you look nervous. This is a first, said the man. Said Lance's colleague, joking. I don't know, maybe an interesting thing to put on the Blake report. You talk about the Necromancer so much, it would be something different. Said Lance, joking. Lance's father, Blake, laughed. What's wrong? Asked Blake, who then noticed Argent and looked angry. Leave him alone, snapped Blake defensively. Assistant, snapped Argent. Is that what you call them? Said Blake, who knew Lance was the Necromancer. You work for me too, Blake, stop telling me what to do. Snapped Fate, Blake did work for Fate too. As the secret king of the Grim Reapers, Blake glared at Fate and stormed off. Another man noticed this and walked up to them. Alexander, snap this man!
Lando, said Lance nervously, not sure what he wanted. Argent, stop harassing my employees, snapped Orlando King, the owner and editor of the paper. Why is everyone defending this guy? You don't even like your father-in-law, snapped Faye. You are making a scene, snapped Lando. Do I have to call security? Argent left. Thanks for that, Lando, said Lance, wondering why Lando was being nice to him. Come with me, said Lando. Lance followed Lando to his office. There was a man in there and he looked at Lance curiously. Do I know you? Asked the man, seeing Lance, not able to put a face to Lance. Lance knew where he saw him. He saw him in his dream, and he was the witness of the angels killing. No, I've never met you, said Lance. Lying! I could have sworn I saw you recently, said the witness. Lando noticed Lance was lying, but he didn't ask him about it. He knew about the Necromancer and the Angel of Death, and he thought it was because of them that he lied. This is Jerry Marlowe. He's a rookie reporter, said Lando. He needs a pro to help do a story on a murder by a killer.
Lance, it was the angel killing Marlowe, his friend. He knew he read Marlowe's mind. Marlowe was thinking of killing the killer. He would recognize him sometime and try to kill him as soon as he remembered where he saw Lance's face. Lance dreaded being killed and felt he did not want to kill Marlowe either. He knew one of them would end up dead. If Lance helped with the case, he didn't know who would end up dead. Lance knew if he died, the angel of death would be freed and released on the world, killing people without a conscience. Lance was scared. Lando, I can't. I am busy doing the Necromancer case, said Lance, trying to get out of it. He can and will kill people without you watching. We have a rogue killer magician, said Lando. I can't, said Lance. Why can't you help me, said Marlowe. Enchanter, you should want to catch a rogue magician. Snap, Lando, using Lance's magician name. Enchanter, are you a magician? Asked Marlowe. Yes, Lance admitted. You are on the story, it's final. Lando shouted, go do your work now! Lance and Marlowe went to solve the case reluctantly. Later that day in the afterlife, Lance wandered into his father, the king of the Grim Reaper's office.
Hi, Dad, said Lance timidly, not wanting to ask for help, but not sure how his father would take it. Are you all right? Asked his father, noticing Lance wasn't acting his usual mocking devil-may-care self. Actually, no, last night the angel killed a man when I was sleeping, said Lance timidly. Your soul, the angel, will astral travel again. Blake said yes. Lance said, what's wrong? Did you get filmed? Asked Blake, something like that. Lance said, oh no, what happened? Asked Blake, I saw a witness shoot at the angel before I woke up, said Lance. Oh no, Blake How doesn't he decay? Asked Lance.
How doesn't he decay?
He's under an enchantment, as Dave Break said, you know. I don't mind being a villain in your mind. To me, you're a clown, said Lance, as his dad did paperwork. Buzz off fly, you bother me, Blake, his status son. Aw, you're no fun, Lance said, and left him to kill someone as fate's angel of vengeance. Find anything, Lance asked, appearing out of thin air near Marlowe, who was scared to death. You snarled Marlowe, recognizing Lance as the killer. Yes, me, what's wrong with you? Lance asked innocently, trying to play the innocent card, as he'd never believe the truth.
You are the man I saw.
Stop playing innocent, said Marlowe. Oh, said Lance, pulling out his magical sword of enchantment from the sword belt he wore. Stand in his guard, I am a victim too, but I can't die, he'll be free. How could you be a victim? I saw you killing my mate, said Marlowe. I was asleep when your friend died, it shocked me too. Lance said, how if you were asleep, you lied. Ask Marlowe, it wasn't me, it was the angel of death. My twin, my soul, said Lance, who was about to slay Marlowe reluctantly. Put down the sword, you psychopath, hissed the voice nearby.
Lance turned to the owner of the voice. No one has to die, snapped Blake. Dr. Alexander, said the witness, recognizing Blake from work at the paper. Dad, I have to kill him, said the terrified man, wanted as a serial killer by the police. Do I have to pull ranks? Snapped Blake, the king of the Grim Reapers. The angel inside me outranks you, said Lance, who was a Reaper too. He's insane, said the witness, he is, Blake said. Then said in a funny voice, Lancelot, put down the sword and don't move. Lance did what he was told. Stop doing your Jedi mind tricks on me, Dad, snapped Lance accusingly. Are you a Jedi Knight? Asked Marlowe. No, we are enchanters, said Blake. Lance looked livid and he couldn't move. I will fix this without violence, said Blake. Call the police, he's a killer, shouted Marlowe. I know, said Blake. What are you doing, Dad? Asked Lance, thinking he was being betrayed. Come here, Marlowe, I need a private word with you, said Blake. Marlowe walked over to Blake, who whispered something in Marlowe's ear. Marlowe disappeared into thin air. What did you do to him, Dad? He knows the truth. He thinks I'm a killer. Lance asked furiously, you are a killer, you psycho. I changed his memory
and sent him away. His truth has changed, Blake said.
Not all truths are actually true. Sometimes the stories we tell ourselves, and our dreams are hidden truths that live beyond the time when the facts are long dead and forgotten. Anyone can quote Shakespeare, but the man himself and his life lie lost in the shadows of the past.